Good morning. Let's try that one more time. Good morning. Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Morgado, Training Chief from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today. On behalf of Miami-Dade County and Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, I would like to welcome you to today's promotional ceremony and thank each and every one of you for being here for this very special occasion. Today we recognize uniformed personnel, sworn and non, as well as civilian personnel, who have emerged among their peers through high performance, dedication, and initiative, and have proven themselves leaders within this great organization. Everyone we will recognize today share the core values of service, integrity, honor, pride, respect, and selflessness. This is a day of celebration, recognition, and reflection on the great achievements that these members have achieved, and as a testament of trust that is placed in them by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue and the residents and visitors of Miami-Dade County. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping items. Please take a moment and silence all your electronic devices to avoid any untimely interruptions. There we go. For your convenience, restrooms are located in the main training building to your right. Today's ceremony is being broadcast live on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as MDFR Net. If you're interested in seeing pictures and video of today's event, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Miami-Dade Fire Rescue or on Twitter at Miami-Dade Fire. Please use the hashtag MDFR promotion if you are posting or sharing any pictures of today's event. As a reminder, all official photos will be taken during the promotion presentation and will be available later today on Facebook. There will be additional opportunities for photos at the end of the ceremony. Now, I would like to ask you to please rise for the presentation of colors by Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Honor Guard, and please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. Please be seated. Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Chaplain and Dr. Sharon Israel for this morning's invocation.
Good morning, and congratulations on the hard work that has led to your promotion. I'd like to begin with the concept of pikuach hanefesh, literally watching over a soul. This teaching means that saving a human life takes priority over everything else, over every other commandment. Firefighters embody this teaching each and every day, and this morning's celebration is a time to reflect on this, to reflect on the sacred work that is your professional calling, and to thank you for this commitment. I'd like to take the next minute or so to discuss an important component of leadership, listening, really listening to those that you lead. In his book, Lessons of Leadership, Rabbi Jonathan Sacks of blessed memory describes the verse in the book of Kings when God appeared to King Solomon in a dream and asked him what he would like to be given. His answer was, Lev Shomea, a listening heart. The author explains that a large part of Solomon's wisdom was his ability to not just listen and hear, but also to hear the emotions behind the words and to sense what was being unsaid along with what was said. Rabbi Lauren Gorbel Herman describes this listening heart as the ability to go beyond listening with our ears and our minds, but to listen with our whole selves. She expands, saying that listening beyond the words asks us to bring a spirit of inquiry to our interactions, which can in turn bring more understanding and trust. And as we know, earning trust is a critical component of leadership. Most of us need practice listening and reminders to listen, and that's okay. All professionals must continuously learn and upgrade their skills, and so I humbly offer that learning to listen well will greatly contribute to success in your new promotional position. When we teach peer support in CISM, we always remind the class that firefighters are human, and humans need to be truly heard. And now I'd like to offer a prayer. May God bless you with the wisdom and strength to lead your teams in a way that emulates the love that the Lord has for us and emulates the confidence that the Lord has in us. May God provide you with all the tools you need to carry out your sacred work. May you seek and find good mentors to help you with the learning curve, and while learning your new job, may you also continue in mentoring others who are in need of your expertise. We pray for your health and safety so you can go home at the end of each shift to spend quality time with family and friends, and so some years from now, you can enjoy the fruits of a well-earned retirement. May your fire service profession always be a source of pride for you. And as you receive your badge today, may you feel your own personal joy and sense of accomplishment, along with all the well wishes of those gathered. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Israel. Now, I would like to recognize some distinguished guests as well as the executive staff for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. Joining us today, we have Miami-Dade County Chief of Public Safety, Chief J.D. Patterson. Fire Chief for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, Chief Alan Kaminsky. Deputy Fire Chief, Chief Arthur Holmes, Jr. Assistant Chief of Operations, Raid Jadala. Assistant Chief of Technical Services, Chief Greg Rubin. Assistant Chief of Support Services, Chief Darren Williams. Chief Financial Officer, Scott Mendelsberg. Director of Emergency Management, Frank Rollison. Director of Human Resources, Maria Jose. And Executive Assistant to the Fire Chief, Ms. Ingrid Bethune. I would also like to take a moment and recognize all of those that are joining us virtually today. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Miami-Dade County Mayor, Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, with a very special video message.
To the wonderful men and women of Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, congratulations. For those who are ascending and receiving promotions, we want you to please pursue all possible opportunities to expand your knowledge, to grow professionally, and to expand your level of service to the community. We thank you every day for what you do, and we congratulate you on these achievements. You bring us the highest of integrity, respect, and valor to the profession and to all of Miami-Dade County. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our Fire Chief, Chief Alan Kaminsky.
Good morning, and welcome families, loved ones, our distinguished guests, and my fellow brother and sister firefighters to this very special occasion. Today we recognize those who have been promoted within our organization. I know firsthand the time, the effort, the many sacrifices, and the commitment each and every one of you has put into attaining your promotion. Because the harder you work for something, the greater you feel when you achieve it. We all know too well the many challenges you will encounter while taking on your new responsibilities. Regardless of the rank or classification you are receiving, I want to commend each of you for taking the next step in further developing your career in the fire service. Congratulations. While there's the official respect which comes with the position you now hold, don't forget that true respect must be earned. You can't just expect it because of your new position or title. You will truly be judged by your actions. What you do means far more than what you say. Leadership is an action, not a position. Leadership must be developed. Few are born with these skills. Some might ask, is there a really difference between leaders and managers? My response would be absolutely. Managers tell you what to do. Leaders inspire others to act. Anyone can be a manager, but not everyone can truly lead. Leadership is a true art. As I've told many of you, it's much easier making suggestions than it is making decisions. Decisions are made through good judgment, but remember, good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes with time. As a leader, you must make decisions, and you will make mistakes. It's how you handle those mistakes and what you learn from them that defines who you are as a person and how you will become a better leader. You must lead by example. You can't hold those who work with you to a higher standard than you are willing to accept. Always lead by example and be an inspiration to others. Do the right thing. Treat everyone with the dignity and respect they deserve. Be the officer and take charge of any situation. It's now your responsibility to lead. It's now your responsibility to make decisions. And it's now your responsibility to ensure that you and every member of your crew return home to their loved ones at the end of the shift. In closing, again, I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you for this accomplishment. And remember, people don't get promoted for doing their jobs well. They get promoted by demonstrating their potential to do more. Thank you for your service and for your commitment to excellence that is shared by all within this great organization. And just remember, work in silence and let success make the noise. Stay safe.
Thank you, Chief Kaminsky, for the words of inspiration. In the early days of the American Fire Service, orders were given to firefighters through devices that resembled brass horns. They were very ornate and often called bugles or speaking trumpets. The person with the bugle hanging from their neck or shoulder was easily identified as the person in charge. Officers then became identified with these objects, so a small pin in the shape of a bugle became the rank insignia for fire officers. The more bugles, the higher the rank. This has become a tradition in the American Fire Service and is an expression that we still use today. Let us begin our promotion presentation. Uniformed personnel, sworn promotions. Chief Fire Officer. The Chief Fire Officer is responsible for the administration, supervision, and command of a battalion, which is comprised of multiple fire stations housing multiple fire companies. The Chief Fire Officer may also be responsible for the planning, directing, and review of activities within a division, serving as the officer in charge, overseeing bureaus and/or functional areas. The rank insignia is 3 cross bugles on a gold background. Chief Fire Officer Christian Ibarra Rivera. Chief Fire Officer Ryan Rothenberg. Captain. The captain is responsible for the administration and supervision of a company comprised of 2 to 3 firefighters for emergency response in the areas of fire suppression, hazardous materials, technical rescue, and emergency medical services. The captain is the officer in charge at a station in operations or a bureau within a division. The rank insignia is 2 parallel bugles on a gold background. Captain Matthew Hellriegel. Captain Sean McPeak. Pinning Captain McPeak will be Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Lieutenant Melanie Rogers, his sister-in-law. Captain Jose Rangel. Captain Miguel Ralseo. Captain Larry Rodriguez. Captain Gustavo Suero Jr. Captain Alicia Williams. Pinning Captain Williams is her husband, Division Chief of Health, EMS, and Safety, Chief Willie Williams. Lieutenant. The lieutenant is responsible for the administration and supervision of a company comprised of 2 to 3 firefighters for emergency response in the areas of fire suppression, hazardous materials, technical rescue, and emergency medical services. In the absence of a captain, the lieutenant will assume the duties of the officer in charge at a station in operations or serve on one of the various department support functions. The rank insignia is 1 bugle on a gold background. Lieutenant Daniel Aliman. Lieutenant David Harris. Pinning the badge on Lieutenant Harris is his mentor and retired MDFR lieutenant and retired battalion chief with the Seminole Tribe of Florida, Larry Ware. Lieutenant Monir Levy. Lieutenant Desi Monteavaro. Uniformed personnel, non-sworn, and civilian promotion. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue provides all hazard fire rescue services to the residents and visitors of Miami-Dade County in a professional and responsive fashion. This would not be possible without Miami-Dade Fire Rescue uniformed, non-sworn, and civilian personnel, and those who choose to promote and lead them. MDFR Lifeguard 2, Axel DeCamillis. Carpenter and roofer, Angel Quesada. This concludes the promotion presentation. It is once again my pleasure to invite Chaplain and Dr. Sharon Israel once again to the podium to close us in today's benediction.
Through my years with MDFR, I know that bouncing around the county in your newly promoted rank isn't considered fun. But as I was putting together these remarks, it occurred to me that you have an amazing opportunity to make a difference in hundreds of lives, both personally and professionally. Because every time you walk into a new station, it's an opportunity to teach new firefighters, praise new firefighters, and to listen to and learn from new firefighters. We know that every act has ripple effects, so just think of all the good you can accomplish during this time of your own learning. We thank the Lord for each of your individual gifts and talents, and we pray that you remain inspired to use and develop these abilities for the greatest good. May the professional enthusiasm you feel today remain with you. May you always feel appreciated, and may you always find meaning in your work. May the difficult days be made easier, and may the good days be even more joyous because of your professional commitment and because of the bond you have with your MDFR brothers and sisters. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Israel. Before we conclude, I would like all that were promoted today to please stand up and remain standing. Now, I would like to ask everyone, please join me one more time in a round of applause for each one of these new promotees. This concludes our promotion ceremony for today. Once again, I'd like to congratulate everybody and thank you for attending.